Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm filming you on my new reconditioned second-hand GoPro. So I'm going to see if I can get out on the trail with my bike, and even though I don't have the proper holder for the GoPro, we'll see what we can get and test it out together. Let's go. I'm here, so I'm parked at Hassop. I've just noticed that the car park closes at 5:15 and it's 2 o'clock, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on the time, but we can totally do this. So I'm going to go and pay, get my bike out, and let's hit the trail, and hopefully with the GoPro I'll be able to show you a little bit more of the autumn deliciousness, and we might even make it to bake while I'm back, so let's see. Thank you. So I have set up my GoPro, hopefully it's taking pictures of the ground. Maybe I'll angle it a little bit. Tighten that up. So the set that I got came with little stickers. I didn't really want to put a sticker on my helmet, but I thought this could be quite a good setup for when I'm driving in the city. So hopefully that can see the ground now. But yeah, totally lovely autumn day. Really glad I came out. I need to keep this camera off a little bit because I want to make sure I've got a clock so that I can check the time and make sure I don't get locked in. I just went over a big rock, so I'm just going to check my tyres and make sure that they're not popped or anything while I'm not too far away. So yeah, come and enjoy this autumn ride with me. So I've reached the end of the road. That part of the trail is under development. But there's a nice little bench here and a good view. And I thought ahead and brought a coffee, so let's do that. Right, got everything. Back to where I parked. I think I'm going to carry on further down because I've got a couple of hours until, you know, the thing finishes, the parking finishes. So go down, find somewhere else to sit and have another coffee. Forgot my sketchbook, so I'll have to do that another day. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. there's any. Coffee. So I've just went through the Cressbrook Tunnel. Cressbrook, is it? Cressbrook Tunnel, yeah, the Cressbrook Tunnel. There's another tunnel there, which is the Lytton Tunnel. Lytton? I don't know, my glasses are covered in. My glasses are covered in. Yeah, Lytton Tunnel. Flies and debris. I want to stop and show you this. The Peak District is some kind of beautiful, you know. Really nice. Look at the sheep up there. Before I set off, yeah, earlier when we went to Bakewell, I thought I'll try riding around on the roads. I haven't ridden on roads for about 15 years and I just got a bit scared. So I think the next port of call, now I know how to balance on a bike, is to practice on some quiet streets, get used to riding when cars are driving. So that's the next thing. But today we're going to go through this tunnel and probably have to come back because I don't want to get locked in the car park. Okay, we're through, and this is just the most beautiful place. Say autumn is in full swing, and I've just seen a seat here, and it's dedicated to someone called Dot. Dot's seat, dedicated to the loving memory of Dorothy Lester of Lytton Mill Pottery, 3rd of the 3rd, 44 to the 13th of the 5th, 95. Teacher, artist and musician, and an inspiration to many. So, thank you, Dot. I'm going to have one more coffee. More coffees than I've had in an hour and a bit in a long time. But it's just nice to be out. It's nice to be out. So let's do that. This little thing is going well. It's on 6% battery at the moment, but I've kept it on all the way. So after the first video that I made, I decided to invest in a reconditioned GoPro. Not sponsored. I got it from I don't even know what the website's called. Is it CEX? I'm not sure. It's a website that buys second-hand stuff. Oh, I think someone's coming with a dog. Anyway, so I got this, I'm testing it out, got an SD card before I set off. Yeah, I'm gonna head back now. So let's go and not get locked in the car park. I'm back at the car and I've got like half an hour left on my ticket, so seeing as though I've got like 1 cup of coffee left in my flask, I might as well have it and do a little recap of how I found that. So a little bit of background with me. I'm Emma. I'm an illustrator. I'm hoping to use this bike as a way of getting around where I'd normally use a car. Like in adulthood, I've basically become really lazy since getting a car, which was like well over a decade ago. This car anyway. Basically since not being a student, which is well over a decade ago. Well over 2 decades ago. Is it well over? Yes, God. Anyway, let's not think about that. So yeah, basically when I was a student, I'd walk everywhere and I was so fit. Well, I wasn't so fit, but in comparison, I was so much fitter than I am now. And I am lazy. Since getting a car, I stopped walking places. I'd take the car because I'd think, I don't want to spend all day walking. I could be doing stuff. And you know what happens is you don't. You spend time in your little metal coffin of a car, getting stuck in traffic. You forget that life is on the in-between bits. So like I've started using the bus a lot more, and even though I could probably get into town or whatever quicker in a car, maybe not actually, that's a lie, because bus lanes are amazing, but I've been fooling myself into thinking that getting in the car will be quicker, then I'll be able to do more stuff. But actually the day feels longer the more stuff you put into it. So walking to the bus stop, sitting next to random strangers, maybe having a conversation, getting on and off the bus, seeing new things, or seeing the same things but just on a different day, I don't know, it makes the day feel longer. And I thought getting a bike would make me less reliant on the car, and also it's had a beneficial effect of me being able to go out and about. So I haven't ridden a bike properly since I was a kid. I had one little flurry on a bike about 15 years ago maybe, when I was on holiday with my brother, and we went mountain biking in Chamonix. Ended up falling off my bike. I did all right. Like then we rode to the trail from the chalet, from the flat we were staying in, and we had to go via the roads, and I dealt with it okay. So I know I can ride on roads, but I haven't for a long time. So basically I've been riding up and down these trails as practice, basically kind of to stop me wobbling around like a toddler. And I feel like I've got that now. I feel like I've got my competence back in terms of balance. But when we were at Bakewell, I had a little introduction to the roads, and I got a little bit scared as soon as I had to overtake parked cars. It might be because the hills were very steep downwards. So I think I need to practice on some quiet roads and build myself up to that, because I would actually like to drive, to cycle into town, to some of my jobs where I staff some shops that stock some of my illustrations. So it'd be nice to cycle there as well. But basically, so the spec of the bike that I've got is an Eovolt electric assisted folding bike, and it's the Afternoon Pro 20. So it's a 20-inch tyre. It folds up. I live in a terraced house. Space is at a premium, and at the moment we are kind of stepping over the bike and around the bike even when it's folded up, but that is mainly because of our lack of organisation. Eventually, you don't need to know this, but our bathroom's being done. So eventually when our bathroom's done and our little entrance hall, we're going to have a cupboard there which will free up some space at the top of our cellar stairs, and it will be a perfect place for the bike. I can't imagine having a bike bigger than that. In fact, Andy used to have a bike. My partner Andy used to have a bike bigger than just a normal size bike. We used to have to keep it in the cellar, and trying to get it up from the cellar around all of the corners and then in and out around the table. It's not feasible for a small house. And ours is a 2 up, 2 down. So in terms of size, it's amazing. I don't think I'd want to get anything smaller than that. They did have a 16-inch wheel, which would make it a bit smaller. I think they're called the Morning Pros. They also do them in the non-pro range. This is like a new version. Having the bathroom renovated has pushed all of my knowledge of the specification of this bike out of my head. When I was researching this bike, I did have loads of loads of knowledge up there, but it's all like being pushed out in favour of taps and sink sizes. But yeah, so they've got a 16-inch, a 20-inch and a slightly bigger one. But the bigger one I don't think folds up in half like that one, but it still saves space because you can fold the handles down. So if you've got, for example, a house with an entrance corridor, you could get the bigger bike and you could fold the handles down and lean it up against the wall, and you're not going to keep catching your pockets on the handles. So that's good. In terms of how it rides on the trail, I really like it. I'm still getting a workout, but you've just got that little boost. So if you need to overtake someone, or if when you're starting off, you just might need a little boost if you're on a hill or whatever, which is going to be good for me in Sheffield because that's where I live. Sheffield, 7 Hills in Sheffield, and it'll be really useful for getting around there and getting a head start in traffic, and you really feel it. The bike has got also automatic gears. So me as a bike novice, like a relative bike novice, I know that I've had experience with bikes in the past, but not for a really long time. I wanted as little to think about as possible. So what the Afternoon Pro does, my Fold Afternoon Pro does, is it automatically, based on your cadence and your torque, I think, it selects the right gear for you. Now there's only 2 gears, but because it's electric assisted, I haven't noticed the difference with this. Also, when I bought the bike, before I bought the bike, I had a look on all of the official Eovolt videos and stuff online, and there is a video of one of the reps cycling up Honister Pass in the Lake District. So go and check that out if you're after, if you're here to find out the spec of that bike. Go and check that out. It was very interesting. It's got a drive belt as well, rather than greasy old chains. So that makes it better because you don't need to oil a drive belt. It's quieter, it's cleaner, and that makes a massive difference when you are lifting it in and out of your boot, because it is heavy, and unless you are like stronger than I am, which isn't hard, you're probably going to need to like use your waist to kind of push it over like the lip of the boot. So it's handy knowing that you're not going to get covered in oil as well. I don't know what time it is now, so I am going to leave this little bit here, finish this off, and drive home. Next time I'm planning to bring my sketchbook. I should have thought ahead really, but basically I wasn't planning to come out today, but my second-hand GoPro arrived through the post, and it just seemed like too good an opportunity to turn down. Seeing as though the sun was shining, the weather was sweet, yeah, it made me want to move my cycling feet. Oh my god, look at the sun coming through the trees over there. I basically couldn't turn down this day. It was perfect. If I'd timed it better today, I could have went to the Hassop cafe, and that's kind of what I'm planning to do with my sketchbook next time. So if I bring my sketchbook along, I can have a good old ride around the trail, and then on the Monsal trail, which is where I am today, there are stations and stops with cafes on them. So you can either go to Bakewell, which would be amazing, we could have a little drive around Bakewell, cycle around Bakewell, or Hassop station here has got a shop and a cafe. We could have a little look around there, draw some people at the cafe, one of my favourite things to do, drawing people at cafes. And also Millersdale I know has a cafe, and I haven't been any further down that way, down towards Millersdale way, on the trail, because basically I ran out of time today. I had like another hour left, but or a half hour left, I don't know. I had a bit of time left. I probably could have pushed down a little bit more, but I didn't want to risk getting locked in. But if we come down earlier one day, then we could do all of that stuff. What time is it? Time to go. So yeah, let's go home.